So now we already completed the courses, the room, the teacher also, and the student. Still we need to cover the registration process. Let's go to the register view here. It's empty, and now we will go to the student controller. We have the register process. This is http get. So this only to render the view, and we have this http post register to receive course ID and student ID in order to do the registration in the database. So now we need to create the content for the registration view here. To register a student in a course, what we need to do, we just need to have the student ID and the course ID. As we said here, we need to pass the course ID and the student ID. So we need to render information here to select the student ID and the course ID. What we will do now, let's go for example to the create inside the course, how we create the course here. We have a drop down and we were selecting the teacher by this way. So we need to do something like this, but we need two drop downs. The first one to choose the student and the second to choose the course. So what we will do here, in this case, our model was only teacher because we only need to list the list of teacher. But in the registration process, we need to load two values or two data, the courses and the students. So what we need to do, we need to learn something new here. Let's go to the models. We have our models like this. This is like entities, and these entities will be translated into a table in the database. We have something called ViewModel. I will explain it now. Just what I will do now, I will create a new folder called ViewModel. Inside it, I will create a new model, like a class, and I will name it like student course or students courses, because we need to have list of students and list of courses. Any name you can have it here, and click add. And inside this I need properties, like we need list of students and we need list of teachers, list of students and list of courses. So what I will do here, I need to say list of student. It should be public first of all. Public list of students. Let's name it student list. Get and set. And by the same way, we will take this, for example, copy and paste it here, and we will say we need list of courses, and we will say course list and get and set. So now we have an entity, and this entity contains list of student and list of courses. Now this entity will not be translated into a table in the database. Why? Because let's go now to our context and let's open the application context. Here, these are our tables. We will not add a new one for this model because this view model, it will be used only for like data manipulation or data collection in our project. So it will be used in our views only for dealing with different set of data. So this will not be a table in the database. Let's see how we can use it now. We have this, and we will go back to our, not here, to the registration. Now I will say I need the register view to receive a model, and this model will be not list now, will be only my view model from here, student courses. This is because I need to say that I need this namespace dot student courses. So from my view model namespace, I have to receive the student courses or the students courses. So my model here will receive the students courses view model, this one. So this is the concept of view model. View model is just a model, normal model, but will not be translated into a table in the database, just to use it in your project. Now let's close this one, and we will go now to the student controller to handle this view model. Now here we need to send list of, or we need to send this students courses from here. So how I can do that? I need to list first of all students, and then I need to list all courses, and then I need to pass them as students courses. Let's see now how we can do that. We need first of all to have list of students. Let's call it like student lst, and it will be equal to what? We already here have a student repository that get all students, so just we will say this. And we need another list, like list of course, and we'll call it like course lst. It will be equal to what? To the courses list. We have another repository, and it is, where is the repository? Here is the repository. We have the course repository, for example. We have the get all courses here. So what I will do now, I will add a new reference here like this exactly, but I will change the names, and this will be I course repository, and this also will be course repository with underscore, and I will add it to my constructor because we already injected the course repository in the startup file. So we will add now here like I course repository and equal to course repository, and I have to set the value of this here. I will say course repository equal course repository. So now we are done, and we need to use this here. I will say course repository dot get all courses. Now I have to list. The first is list of students, the second is list of courses. What I will do now, I will define a new object of type students courses, which is this one. So I will say student courses, and I will add the view model namespace. I will name it like students courses will be equal to, for example, new students courses. By this way, I said that I need to create an object of this class or this entity, but this object is new, so there is no data inside it, just a new instance of the students course. I need to fill this object by some data. What I will do, I will say student courses, my object here dot c. I have the course list. It will be equal to my course list from here, and also I have to say the same for the student list. It will be equal to student list. That's it. Why we did all these things? Because one thing, because in the view here, the views only can receive one model. So I can't say here like add model to teacher, for example, or student. student, and another model for like courses. At model course. I can say something like this: more than one model will be passed to my view. Only I can pass one model. So that's why we create the view model here, in order to have the students and the courses together and pass them to the view. So now we are done from here, and we need to pass this list, the student courses, to my view. Now I need to render this data. We remember we said here that I will take the design from here like this, and I will paste it here and go back. I need the form. First of all, this is just a div in order to have a good design, and this is my form, and my form action will be the register, and again the method is post. And what I need also, I have to remove this one, I don't want this, and also I just will keep this row, and I will copy this row, and I will remove also this row, and I will paste that one. That's because I need two drop downs, and I need button submit, or let's call it like register. So now I will say here, this is the data of the students, for example, students, and in my model I have to say, I have to change this now, but we will come to it. And here is my like courses. So first of all, I have to take the students only from my model. So I have to say var, for example, student in my model dot student list. So now I have list of students here, and I can use it in my for each. So now I have to change this variable to be student, and this also to be student, and also this will be student ID, and also this will be student name. So now by this way we have the list of students, and we need to pass the student ID to the register action here, because it should receive student ID. So how we can do that? From the drop down, we should say the name should be equal student ID as the value here. We will take it, copy, and we will pass it like this, and the ID will be changed to be student ID as well, no problem. And again, for the courses, I have to say my model dot course list, and from this I have to say at, and this one should be changed also the name to be course, and this will be also course dot course ID, and also here course dot course name. So now, and we need to pass again this course ID. We take it here, and we will say here it was teacher in the create. So I think there is something wrong in the create. We will check it now, and this also, let's name it as like this. Here it was teacher. From here, yeah, from here we took the design, copy paste. So here we were saying that we need teacher. This is, I think, wrong. This should be teacher ID, yeah, because we need to send the value teacher ID. No problem with that. Let's go back to this, and I think this is ready to test. Let's go to my controller. I will add a breakpoint here to see my data, and also I will add breakpoint here to see also this data. Let's run it. Okay, so now we will click on registration and the breakpoint here. So we need to see the data. Click F10, First of all, list of students. So we have 2 students, John and Sam from Cairo. Yeah, okay. And then let's check the course list. We have 1 course, mathematics. So now this is our data. This is what we are going to pass to our view, like course list, 1 course and 2 students. Let's say continue. Now we have the list of students, John and Sam, and we have list of courses. If we want, we can go and create another course, like create course, and we can say artificial intelligence, and we can say Sam, and here there is a breakpoint. We will remove it, and let's say continue. And we can add another course like mathematics 2, submit. So now go to the registration. We will remove this breakpoint and continue. So we have 3 courses and we have 2 students. Now if we click on register, John will be registered in mathematics. If we said we need Sam and AI like this, we will choose and we will click register. Let's see. Now here we are. Yes, course ID is 5 and the student ID is 3. So everything is correct. Now let's go check. Yeah, that's it. So this is the list of students, and if we need to go and register, for example, John in mathematics 2, and we can say register. Remove the breakpoint. Now let's go to the SQL server to check our data if it's correct or not. So we will go to the student courses table and we will select 2000. Yes, here we have 2 records. We said the student ID 3 and the course number 5 and 2 with 6. Yeah, so our data is correct. So now by this way we learned how to navigate into pages and how to create HTML tags like the links, and how to specify the actions and the controllers for these links. And also now we can create new students, new teacher, new room, a new course, and we can register student in a course, and we can list the students, teachers, rooms, and courses like this: teachers, students.